Hi, this is Nicholas Yock, a registered migration and education agent from Pathway to Oz. Today, I'm going to discuss South Australia migration, which has finally opened for the 23-24 financial year. We're going to get stuck into the requirements, the different streams, and the process. Okay, so firstly, you would look to go for state migration or request state migration and try and be sponsored by South Australia if you're looking to apply for a skilled regional subclass 491 or a state sponsored subclass 190, so in the general migration stream. We've got videos on these, so be sure to jump down and check those out. And as always guys, this is general information in nature. If you want your specific situation run through in detail, book in for a consultation through our website. Okay, and if you look at the South Australian migration list, you can see it's huge. There's a lot of different occupations on this list, okay? So if you go to their website, I'll pull it up. Let's, as an example, use the occupation chef, which is a very common occupation, okay? So I'm pulling that up and I have a look down and I can see, yep, it's definitely on the list and it's in a bunch of the different streams. So South Australian migration has different streams for graduates, working in Australia, highly skilled and talented, and offshore applicants. Okay, it shows the minimum points that you need, the subclass that you can apply for, and the different requirements for each stream. So just quickly, the graduate stream, obviously, you need to have a minimum of your occupation needs to be on the list. You need to be living and working in South Australia, under 45, have a skill assessment, have at least competent English, have over 65 points. Those are the bare minimum requirements. And then you must have also studied a course in South Australia for at least 46 CRI-course weeks, and meet the requirements for the qualification level on the skilled occupation list. You must have done a minimum of 50% of your qualification in South Australia and be still residing in South Australia for at least 12 months, okay? They also want you to have been working for the last 6 months and currently employed in your occupation full-time or at least 30 hours a week, all right? So it's actually very similar to the next stream, which is working in South Australia, which basically just want you to be living in South Australia for at least 12 months and have worked in your occupation for the past 6 months. So if you're a chef and you're living and working in South Australia, you've lived there for 12 months, you've worked for at least 6 months, then this stream could be for you. It's probably the most common stream working in South Australia. Look, if we have a look at the offshore stream, it's a little bit different, the offshore stream. Obviously there's no requirements that you live and work in South Australia for that, but it is a little bit more difficult to get just because the states and territories want to be inviting applicants who usually are living or are going to give preference to applicants who are living and working in South Australia. What's the process? Firstly, lodge an expression of interest. Once you've got your skill assessment, that's the base requirement. On the expression of interest, look to nominate South Australia as the state that you want to be invited by, and then you can also indicate that you want to be invited for the 491 or the 190 visa. Once you've lodged the expression of interest, you would then look to go to the South Australian migration website, click Start an Application, and lodge what's called a registration of interest with South Australia. So it's 2 steps for South Australia. You would register your interest and basically say, hey, South Australia, once again, this is me. Here's some of my documents to show that I've been living in South Australia for the past 12 months and working in South Australia for the past 12 months. I'll put a link and you can check out the different sort of skill or documents that they want with this. And so once you've provided the expression of interest and lodged the registration of interest, you wait. All right, and there is no guarantee of when you're going to get an invitation. Okay, there's no timeline. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year. There's no guarantee. But I do believe that South Australia will preference a lot of the applicants living and working in South Australia. States usually like that. If you're offshore, look, there is also a chance you actually don't need to submit the registration of interest if you're offshore. You just lodge the expression of interest, and if South Australia like you, they'll send you an email to lodge a registration of interest. Once you do receive the invitation from South Australia, you then jump on your IMI account and you can lodge your actual 491 or 190 visa through your immigration account. I hope you found that information helpful. If you do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to contact Pathway to Oz. We've got registered migration agents who can assist you, from start to finish. Thank you.